If you hate a person, you hate something in him that is part of yourself. What isn't part of ourselves doesn't disturb us. I have been and still am a seeker, but I have ceased to question stars and books. I have begun to listen to the teaching my blood whispers to me. It is not for me to judge another man's life. I must judge, I must choose, I must spurn, purely for myself. For myself alone. If I know what love is, it is because of you. Some of us think holding on makes us strong, but sometimes it is letting go. Without words, without writing and without books, there would be no history, there could be no concept of humanity. I live in my dreams, that's what you sense. Other people live in dreams, but not in their own. That's the difference. We are not going in circles, we are going upwards. The path is a spiral, we have already climbed many steps. When you like someone, you like them in spite of their faults. When you love someone, you love them with their faults. I will no longer mutilate and destroy myself in order to find a secret behind the ruins. People with courage and character always seem sinister to the rest. You've never lived what you are thinking, and that isn't good. Only the ideas we actually live are of any value. I have always thirsted for knowledge. I have always been full of questions. I realize today that nothing in the world is more distasteful to a man than to take the path that leads to himself. Opinions mean nothing. They may be beautiful or ugly, clever or foolish. Anyone can embrace or reject them. There are always a few such people who demand the utmost of life, and yet cannot come to terms with its stupidity and crudeness. You are only afraid if you are not in harmony with yourself. I do want more. I am not content with being happy. I was not made for it. It is not my destiny. My destiny is the opposite. For the first time in my life, I tasted death, and death tasted bitter, for death is birth, is fear and dread of some terrible renewal. If you need something desperately, and find it, this is not an accident. Your own craving and compulsion leads you to it. In fear I hurried this way and that. I had the taste of blood and chocolate in my mouth, the one as hateful as the other. 1,000 times I was ready to regret and take back my rash statement, yet it had been the truth. I felt knowledge and the unity of the world circulate in me, like my own blood. I hope death will be a great happiness, a happiness as great as that of love, fulfilled love. You show the world as a complete, unbroken chain, an eternal chain, linked together by cause and effect. You have to try the impossible to achieve the possible. Each man's life represents a road toward himself. An attempt at such a road the intimation of a path. No man has ever been entirely and completely himself. Love is like death. It is fulfillment and an evening after which nothing more may follow. I will not make a gift of myself. I must be one. Nothing was, nothing will be, everything has reality and presence. Every important cultural gesture comes down to a morality, a model for human behavior concentrated into a gesture. If that was love, with cruelty here and humiliation there, then it was better to live without love. I don't know whether my life has been useless and merely a misunderstanding, or whether it has a meaning. She stood a moment before my eyes, clearly and painfully, loved and deeply woven into my destiny, then fell away again in a deep oblivion, at a half-regretted distance. The true profession of a man is to find his way to himself. Your soul has fallen to bits and pieces. Good. Rearrange them to suit yourself. Fate and character are different names for the same idea. He let himself be led into the night, into the forest, into the blind, secret, wordless, thoughtless country. If a person were to concentrate all his willpower on a certain end, then he would achieve it, that's all. I began to sense that I would be a stranger in society for the rest of my life, and the desire was born in me to lead my life outside this society. Everyone can reach his goal if he can think, dream, and wait. It was fortunate that love did not need words, or else it would be full of misunderstanding and foolishness. Even the unhappiest life has its sunny moments, and its little flowers of happiness between sand and stone. Solitude is independence. It had been my wish, and with the years I have attained it. We can understand one another, but each one is able to explain only himself. Writing is good, thinking is better, being smart is good, being patient is better.